It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Hewitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in preseason hockey, let's do that preseason hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, where we are trackside once again for semifinal number 2 of the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament on TenbandTV. Our nightcap brings you the number 6 seed, the Peters Township Indians in red, and the number 2 seed, the Hempfield Spartans in white. Peters Township still trying to become the southernmost team to win this preseason tournament in about 20 years. Hempfield trying to make a rare final appearance by an east of Pittsburgh team. They've got a chance to do that with a win here tonight. One of these two clubs going to play 3-time finalist Seneca Valley, the team that won this tournament last September. And they will play the Raiders tomorrow night. But first, we look at the Indians and the Spartans. Peters Township, we talked about them last night, trying to get back to the playoffs this season after missing out for the first time since 2008 under new head coach Chris Claxon. Hempfield this year also has a new head coach. Claxon entering year 2 for Peters. Mike Albright, the former Latrobe assistant coach who worked mainly with the defenseman of that varsity team, now a head coach of Hempfield, entering his first year behind that particular bench. And he has brought with him a name that's familiar to Latrobe fans, to say the least, John Weinbrenner, who as a head coach led the Ice Cats to multiple championships many years ago and was controversially dismissed by the Franklin Regional program 2 seasons past. And for the Spartans, we talked about Peters Township and the postseason. Hempfield trying to trade in the participation ribbons for bigger and better prizes after a 5th consecutive first-round elimination in last year's Penguins Cup tournament. They're off to a fine start in this preseason, however, 3-0, good for 14.5 points and a first-round bye. So they did not appear last night. The Spartans beating North Catholic and Neshannock comfortably and shutting out the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils in the second of their pool play games. The big gun for Hempfield, or guns plural, Jonathan Holtzman, number 80 in white, their top setup man with 6 assists. And their top goal scorer, well, that would be none other than J.J. Williams, coming off a hat trick in that final pool play game against Neshannock, number 71 in white, warming up off to our right. Williams with 5 goals to lead the Spartans in preseason play. The Peters Township Indians rolled to a big win over fellow AAA club Franklin Regional last night. Peters Township AAA, Hempfield, going to be playing AA again this season. The Indians defeating Franklin Regional by a 6-2 score in last night's quarterfinal round. Jake Lawadi, number 59 in red, setting the tone with that first goal on the first shift, the first shot. Just 13 seconds in, Lawadi would score another in that first period, and Peters Township was off and running. Lawadi and his teammate Blake Avonsik, number 22 in red, warming up in the mix off to our left. Both finishing with 2 goals and 1 assist, and the goaltending matchup should be interesting as well. Anthony Herman coming to Peters Township this season from Baldwin, a team that plays in this barn regularly. Herman with 25 saves in last night's victory over the Panthers. He is 2-0 now in the preseason with a .953 save percentage and 118 goals against average. Evan Saltzgiver, the projected starter for the Hempfield Spartans, also has won his first 2 games of this tournament. He carries a 161 goals against average and .961 save percentage, and he turned aside all 38 pucks against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils to earn the shutout last Thursday night. Saltzgiver, a netminder we've seen steal a game or 2 for Hempfield, and he'll try to do that again tonight against a Peters Township team that's got to be brimming with confidence, just the way they played last night, getting off to that very quick start and never really looking back. Peters Township winning 2 of their 3 pool play games. Their first one, they lost to Upper St. Clair, their rivals, in a shootout, but still came away with 2 wins in pool play and 9.5 total points to finish atop Pool C. In pool play in the PIHL Charities tournament, teams get 2 points for a win, regardless of how it happens, 1 point for outscoring their opponent in a given period, and half a point that they share with their opponent if the same number of goals are scored in a given period. So that's how we determine tonight's semifinalists and last night's quarterfinalists. One of these 2 teams trying to punch their ticket to tomorrow night's 7 p.m. final against defending preseason and postseason champion Seneca Valley. And glad you could stay up with us on a school night for this semifinal tilt. Again, very uncommon to see a South Hills team get to play potentially for a PIHL Charities tournament championship title, but since the tournament was opened up by the league and the field expanded a bit to include the extra round, it's opened the door to more possibilities, and the possibilities in this one probably endless as we are underway. The Spartans control it, moving right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device. Colby Heron, 4 goals and 7 points in his preseason, playing this puck behind the Peters Township net. Heron had a step on Blake Avonsik, but forgot the puck. Indians play it from their own corner up to center. Retreating defensively for Hempfield, Kevin Saby. Saby overtaken by Lawadi. Lawadi slips it to Caputo. Nick Caputo unable to put it cleanly on goal, but Avonsik settles it down after Hempfield's Evan Dunlap tried to clear it. Spartans under a bit of duress, able to send it the length of the ice, and 49 seconds in, we get our first whistle. Chris Claxon, the longtime Rick Tingle assistant, now the man in charge for Peters Township, changing lines before this face-off. Mike Albright, also a former assistant for another proud program, Greater Latrobe. And he'll change his line as well, and Hempfield comes away with this puck up the right wing boards. Good stick there defensively by Angelo Maeda on the back check. Around the boards, it'll come now to Jack Kubastek, who had a goal for the Indians last night. Kubastek's goal, in fact, the one that chased starting goaltender Payson Neff from the Franklin Regional net. And Grant Novotny mitigated damage, but not enough. Peters Township advanced. And Anthony Herman, who makes that save, a big reason why. Now, we said it last night, Herman, when playing for Baldwin, maybe not on the best team, but he individually was always an outstanding and very athletic player at that position. And with the kind of program Peters Township has traditionally run, you certainly keep an eye on him coming into the 25-26 regular campaign, which will begin Monday, September 28th. Dunlap dumps it in. Year 27 of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, going to be getting underway soon. And for us, year number 4 of PIHL Hockey Night Live. Couldn't be happier about it. Krupe up to Williams. J.J. Williams fires under the glove of Herman. Centering pass scooped up by Carter Schaub. Saby gets it deep for Hempfield. Spartans changing on the fly early in a scoreless first. That outlet pass intercepted by Andrew Bryant. Bryant trying to center it for John Weinert. Too many red shirts in the way. Turnover there to Bryant. Bryant toward goal, kicked wide of goal by Herman. Carter Manili up to center. Alex Nath will find this puck for Peters. Schaub calling for it. Shot pass, score! Schleiper, no Schleiping! 1-0 Indians. Peters Township again off to the fast start early. Eric Schleiper with his first goal of the preseason. Schaub shot it. I believe Schleiper touched it on its way in. We'll see who gets credit for it officially, but I do believe that's going to be Schleiper's goal. Well, in the heyday of that Peters Township program, that's what they'd do. They'd make you chase the game. And the way they played defensively for all those years under Rick Tingle, that was always a tall order. Lawadi on his backhand, wide of Evan Saltzgiver. Near side it comes to Colby Heron. Heron, coming off a hat-trick performance against Neshannock, dumps this puck deep for the Spartans. Lawadi takes over for the Indians. Lawadi with speed over the attacking line, around a man. And that man was Saby getting victimized, but Hempfield clears it. Brendan Monco entering his second year of varsity hockey, unable to get that puck deep. Monco with 4 assists in the preseason. Lawadi fires. He scores! Jake Lawadi goes 5-hole. It's 2-0 Indians. Better put on your oven mitt before you touch Jake Lawadi right now. Everything he touches is going in, seemingly. The 2-goal effort last night. Lawadi with his 5th of the tournament. And Peters Township again starting strong here in period 1. 12:40 remaining. Nino DiPietro, playing that puck in the corner for Hempfield. DiPietro backhands it off Herman. What a fine tournament he's had. 4 goals, 6 points. Scored a pair in the opener of this tournament against North Catholic. A 9-goal victory by the Spartans. DiPietro certainly can skate. He's got some wheels out there, and playing with brother Julio this preseason. Chance the other way for Che LaMagna, one of the Indians' up-and-comers, and he forces the kick save by Saltzgiver. Icing on the Indians. Jake Lawadi scoring for Peters Township, following the unofficial goal by Eric Schleiper. Again, still waiting official word on who got credit for that first Indians tally. But Peters Township up by a pair early here against the Hempfield Spartans. Peters Township, Central Catholic, and Seneca Valley, the other semifinalists, all hailing from the top flight in PIHL, Class 3A. Hempfield, the only representative of Class 2A, still standing. Last night, the Mars Planets, the only other lower division team, were eliminated by Central Catholic. Carter Manili takes the draw, but J.J. Williams wins it in Hempfield's zone. Nath behind the net for Peters Township to the point for Maeda. Maeda off a body. Indians get the rebound. Soltzgiver, a quick save there on Nath. Maeda has it again from that left point. That puck batted down between the circles by Lou Corral defensively. Schaub sets up Kubastek for the one-timer, and that caught a piece of one of the Spartans in front. Now that was Nate Planey taking one for the team. Indians with that aggressive forecheck again, and it's paying some dividends right now. Indians have the lead, and they have Hempfield a bit flat-footed here as it comes out for Krupe. Krupe unable to split the D. Herman makes the save on the follow-up by Planey. Carter Manili. Cross ice. Through the official's crease it goes. Taken in stride by Williams. Krupe offside. Krupe, another player who's had a very nice preseason for the team in white. 3 goals, 5 points through pool play for Hempfield. One of the more gifted regulars that Mike Albright will inherit as he gets ready for his first regular season at Hempfield Area School District. George Blanda country, as it were. Lawadi to Schleiper. Schleiper from the right point. That's off the backside of Dunlap. Indians fight for this puck, and a penalty coming up as Caputo was taken down right in front of the net. Turnaround shot, save made Soltzgiver. Indians going to the penny power play as Soltzgiver restores sanity, hooking the indication with 9:43 remaining in the first. Peters 0 for 3 on the power play last night, but they were so dominant 5-on-5, the point was moot, and it's Dunlap who will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Hempfield wins the own zone draw. Indians have the puck. Monco behind the net for Lawadi. Lawadi hustling to get there. It'll be sent up the boards and out by Harrell. Herman plays it aside calmly for Monco. Monco, a veteran of the Penguins Elite youth hockey program, joining the Indians mid-season in Chris Claxon's first year. Avancic to save the rebound. Burial! Caputo! 3-0. And Nick Caputo is not going to pay a lot for this muffler. Peters Township on the penny power play widens the lead. Caputo's first of the tournament. Peters Township 3, Hempfield nothing. 9 minutes remaining, period 1. We saw semifinal number 1 enter Mercy Roll territory. Still a long way to go in this contest, but the Indians wearing red and seeing red once again. LaMagna against Nino DiPietro to the right of Saltzgiver. Looked like Julio DiPietro had his stick tied up. Play continues. The Indians may have gotten away with one there. Matt Smarts from his own corner. He's met immediately by Yossi, and Dom Yossi will watch the Spartans play this puck the length of the ice, and it will be icing on Hempfield midway through the first. Peters Township in command. Proceeds from the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament benefit the ALS Association. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, robs people of the ability to walk, talk, and eventually breathe. You can be a breath of fresh air by helping them to find a cure. Remember the viral Ice Bucket Challenge? Well, it's coming back, and it's just one example of how your donations have aided the association in their research, education, political advocacy, and more. Visit als.org to donate now. One of 3 wonderful charities for which money is being raised this week, as it was last week. 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament here at the Ice Castle. Manili tries to shield that puck from Williams. Williams just knocks him on his wallet and takes it over. Krupe trying to shoot it from the boards. That was blocked. To the point now for Dunlap. Dunlap unable to get that puck through. Schaub trying to set up Carter Manili ahead of the play. Cleared back to center red. Maeda puts it out of action. Wholesale changes for both teams before this faceoff, just outside the Indians' blue line. Harrell up to center for Weiner. Sent deep by Schleiper, who contributed to the first Peters Township goal of the night. Max Grommel with a hard snapshot. That save made by Herman, cutting down the angle. And Schleiper racing to the opposite end now, using the glass to his advantage. Harrell has to play that puck in a hurry, and he does. Right in front of the scorer's table, fighting for it was John Weiner. Bryant dispossessed by Alex Smith and company. Lead pass now to Ben Barrett. Barrett up the right wing. From mid-range, that save is made by Saltzgiver. Intercepted by Caputo. Caputo out in front. Barrett had his stick tied up. Nice play there by Planey in front of his goaltender. Luke Best dumps the puck for Peters Township. Weinert from his own boards. Turned over to Lawadi. Lawadi missing the target. Best from the point. Lawadi catching the friendly fire as Hempfield clears. Matt Urban seeing his first ice time since pool play, and he sends the puck deep for the Indians, who lead this contest 3-0 with time ticking away in period 1. Best puts that off Harrell as Harrell was coming off for a change. Garen Gardner watches this puck played back into Hempfield territory. Up to center it comes for Holtzman. Holtzman, one of the top players in the assist category in the tournament thus far. Again, he has half a dozen of those entering Tuesday night. Turnover to Gardner. Gardner trying to feed it for Holtzman. One of the Indians goes down. That's Kubastek near side. Heron in there battling for that puck. Hempfield wins the battle And to the point it comes for Sabe. Sabe for Heron. Heron chased by Avancic as it comes around the boards. Gardner to the corner. Holtzman running out of room. Lawadi was all over him. Final 5, of period 1. Peters Township off to the rousing start. Holtzman looked like he partially shanked that shot, but still got it on net. Turned into an easy save, though, for Herman. LaMagna with speed for the Indians. Tracing that right circle. Behind the net now for Peters Township. Ends up turning it over to Williams. Williams outletting for Heron. Heron to Williams. Williams floats it into the glove of Herman, who will hang on. Hempfield wins the offensive zone faceoff. Wraparound try. Herman making that save on Nino DiPietro. Carter Manili erroneously into the home bench. And so that'll bring the faceoff right around the Hempfield blue line. Spartans win it. Brady Wassel taking a defensive shift late in this first period for Mike Albright. Schleiper going after that puck near side for Peters Township. Monco up to center. Schaub deflects it up ahead to Alex Nath. Manili in the corner. Taken down by DiPietro. Schaub to the side of the net. Manili unable to jam it in. Soltzgiver watches that one go through the blue paint. Vis-a-vis Alex Nath. Under 3 to go in the period. Spartans come roaring back. But too many red jerseys in the way. And with it again is Monco. The big defenseman over the blue line. He fires and it's blocked. Good gap control there by Sabe as Soltzgiver settles the puck down. And Martz, the Hempfield captain, up to center for Williams. Sabe has to give chase one more time with Smith bearing down on him. Grommel lost sight of that puck at center. Here comes Barrett. Barrett forces the save from Soltzgiver. Tyler Kazarowski, the JV move up. Has a point in the preseason and getting some action for the first time since pool play with the varsity squad. And number 7 in red watches the Spartans Grommel play this puck near side. Kubastek against the grain, getting it back to the neutral zone. Grommel sends it to the corner. Maeda after it for Peters Township. Avancic up ahead of the play. Maeda decides to take matters into his own hands. Soltzgiver steers it aside. 1.5 minutes to go in the period. Urban from the point. Off the back of the net, Caputo to the corner for Lawadi. Lawadi off a skate to Avancic. Avancic unable to bring it to his forehand. He gets it back, though. Caputo right there has to follow the bouncing puck to the right circle. Resets it to Best. Best misses high and wide. Caputo knocking down one of the Spartans behind the goal line. That was Harao who drew the penalty. And so Soltzgiver will cede possession. And with exactly 1 minute remaining in the period, Caputo sits. And the Hempfield Spartans go on the penny power play for the first time tonight. Peters Township, the last couple games really ran into a lot of penalty trouble, but their penalty kill last night, phenomenal against the Franklin Regional Panthers, 8 of 8. And they killed off two two-man advantages in period 3, with the Panthers trying to mount some kind of a comeback. And Chris Claxon would love to carry that success over into the regular season. Even in years where the team was winning, penalty killing was kind of a bugaboo for the Indians. Big save there by Herman, but now he's without his stick. Herman able to recover as Hempfield works on the man advantage. Under half a minute left in the period. Williams, cross ice for Planey. Planey toward goal. Herman has it. 19.5 ticks to talk. And barring late developments, the Spartans will have a minute of power play time with which to begin period 2. And number 2 tries to win this faceoff for Hempfield, but Maeda gets the clear. Williams breezing through the right circle. As the buzzer sounds, and Peters Township off to another optimal start, leading the Hempfield Spartans 3-0 in this PIHL Charities Tournament semifinal. More to come from the Ice Castle. I'm Matt Popchock. You're watching it on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Well, if you love watching your team, whoever that team may be, on TenbandTV, there's no better way to support it than by buying a sponsorship for the 2025-2026 broadcast season. Now until Wednesday, October 1st, our preseason special allows you to put whatever ad purchases you make toward a broadcast of your favorite team. Quantities are limited, and broadcasts will be awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. So be sure to email sales@tenbandmedia.com before the next puck drops and tell us your team. Now, if your team is the one in red, you're going to be feeling pretty good at the moment. Peters Township in command, 3-0. The Hempfield Spartans on their first power play of the game, trying to chip away at the Indians' advantage as the side switch has occurred and period 2 has commenced. Nick Caputo in the penalty box for Peters Township. Ironically, after scoring the most recent Indians goal on the penny power play back in period 1. Eric Schleiper unofficially opening the scoring for Peters, followed by Jake Lawati with his third in 2 elimination games. And the Indians with another successful PK of Onsick, trying to outmuscle Planey to that puck. He does not. But the job is done nonetheless. Indians back to full strength. Schleiper gets it deep. Chris Claxon calls for a line change. Home run pass. A little too far for Gardner, but no icing. Maeda has to keep the play moving. Trying to use the boards to his advantage, but turns it over to Nino DiPietro, who misses the net. And that shot had some pace on it. Deflected toward goal, and that caught Gardner in front. The shot by Heron. DiPietro, the alternate captain, dispossessed by Kubastek. Harrell settles it down. Played legally by Kubastek's glove, and up to center for Yossi. LaMagna just barely onside. LaMagna trying to split the D, and he's spun off that puck by Martz. Julio DiPietro sends it in deep for the Spartans, and he's greeted immediately by Maeda. Nino DiPietro turning it over to Maeda, younger brother of Luke Maeda, the former Peters Township All-Star. Lawadi trying to get that puck deep. It hits something on its way into Hempfield territory. Collision there, and open ice and Indians real estate as getting up a bit slowly as Kubastek, but shakes it off. Loose in the crease and covered by Saltzgiver, with Caputo looking for his second. Waiting in the wings, 24 hours from now, roughly, will be the Seneca Valley Raiders, the reigning Class 3A Pennsylvania Cup champions. They've reached the final round of the PIHL Charities tournament for the third year in a row after their earlier semifinal win tonight over Central Catholic. Peters Township would certainly love to be there, and they've played some pretty exciting, intense games with the Raiders in recent seasons. That shot deflected right in on Saltzgiver, and he's got it. Hempfield again trying to get over the hump under their new head coach in a very competitive Class 2A in 25-26. Their 24-25 campaign ending with 9 total regular season wins and 27 total points. The Spartans bowed to Latrobe in the Penguins Cup quarterfinals. One of the co-tenants of the Kirk Nevin Arena. Lawadi gloving that one down and finds metal but not mesh. And that fiery shot goes all the way out of action off the protective netting next to the right wing circle. Lawadi already has goal number 5 of the tournament tonight. Very nearly had half a dozen. Up to center for Grommel. Gardner sets the screen on Lawadi, who puts an old-fashioned hip check into Grommel. Schleiper battling with Bryant. Those two go at it on the left side as Monco plays this puck up to the neutral zone for the Indians. Grommel trying to gather it in. Nath has it, though, for Peters. Monco shooting just wide as that deflected. Wide of goal with Saltzgiver leaning a different direction. Bryant, cross ice. Smith trying to get it deep for Peters Township. Spartans back to center. Grommel around the boards. Hempfield changing on the fly. Martz unable to keep that puck in the zone. It's up for grabs. Is Smith going to get there? No. Martz recovers as Monco stands up Nino DiPietro. Schleiper tries to slip around Martz. Holtzman with it for the Spartans. Fires off the body of the defenseman Barrett. Monco to Nath. Chris Claxon shuffling his lines a bit, trying to take this opportunity to further evaluate the under-the-radar talent on that Peters Township roster as the preseason winds down. Holtzman with a one-timer. That missed the glove hand of Anthony Herman. Holtzman unable to take that centering pass, which was broken up by Thomas Dowden V. Dowden, one of a number of varsity newcomers, in year one of the Chris Claxon era. And Claxon said at the end of last year he really liked the way his team finished the season, even though it didn't lead to a playoff berth. And Peters Township kind of picking up where they've left off with a couple of wins last week. Beat their arch rivals Cannon Mac, and then a chippy contest against Bethel Park that went in Peters' favor. And a really impressive showing last night, as we said, against Franklin Regional. And they're trying to pick up where they left off at the end of 24-25. They had qualified for at least the previous 15 Penguins Cup semifinals or better. They had a remarkable run of consistency under Rick Tingle. Krupe forcing that save, and the rebound is put just wide by Heron. That's been that kind of night so far for the Spartans. Kazarowski to center. Maeda has to retrieve it. And Maeda takes a stick there from Williams, but keeps on keeping on. Angelo Maeda over the attacking line. Fires on Saltzgiver. That loud save bounces to the corner. Approaching 10 minutes till the ice cut. Still a 3-0 lead for Peters Township. Williams up the near side. Krupe fanned on the outlet pass. Lawadi gains center red and sends it deep. Saltzgiver leaves it for Planey. Settled down at the point by Urban, who blasts it wide of everything and everybody. Best out in front. Lawadi comes after this puck. He's got it for Peters Township. Steered on goal by Avancic. Save made there by Saltzgiver. Krupe did not quite have the red line as he is called for icing with 9:25 remaining. Hempfield controls in their own zone. Wassel trying to send it up the boards. Intercepted by Avancic. Avancic on his backhand. Has Saltzgiver leaning the wrong way, but Saltzgiver making a really impressive stretching save there to deny the Peters Township forward. Dunlap inside his own zone. It's given up to Lawadi. Gardner from the boards to center. Urban retreating. Peters Township with a 3-goal lead as we approach the midpoint of this period and semifinal game in the PIHL Charities tournament. Lawadi missing upstairs. Sent ahead for Bryant. Grommel going to the net, but Herman has the puck. Proceeds from the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament benefit the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. Multiple myeloma is a blood cancer that develops in plasma cells in the bone marrow, the soft, spongy tissue at the center of your bones, and it is common in underserved populations. The MMRF is the largest nonprofit in the world, solely focused on accelerating a cure for each and every multiple myeloma patient. Visit the MMRF.org to donate now. The MMRF, one of 3 charities served by this PIHL Charities tournament. And thanks to everyone who's shown up, and even if you haven't shown up, donated thus far. Thank you all the same. 3 great causes and some great games to start the elimination portion of the tournament. And whatever happens in this one, tomorrow night should be a dandy as that puck goes out of action. The Seneca Valley Raiders going for back-to-back championships of this PIHL Charities tournament, playing one of these 2 teams at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll have it right here at the Ice Castle on TenbandTV. Yossi above the left circle, fires on Saltzgiver, who bats it out of midair. Williams, 1-on-3. Left side, Krupe. Krupe slides it through the blue paint with Herman out of position. And Kubastek at the other end. And that's a no-no for Nick Krupe. Peters Township already 1 for 1 on the penny power play, and looks like Kubastek's actually going to go as well. Didn't quite see what Kubastek did, but clearly Krupe retaliated, so they both will go off. Matching minor penalties. And so we remain 5 aside with 7:15 till the ice cut. Puck out of play off to our right. You good over there, Kennedy? We haven't started the season yet. That's already close enough for her, I'm sure. Wassel trying to keep it inside the line. And there was actually a clock operator error prior to that puck sailing wickedly out of play. That has been corrected since. And so the clock runs properly, under 7 minutes now remaining in period 2. Maeda misplaying that puck at center. Chance maybe for Giulio DiPietro, but he's tied up quickly by Urban. Dunlap, right point. Deflected wide of goal. Giulio trying to get a stick on that as it headed toward the Peters Township cage. Nath gets it back to center. Wassel up ahead for Giulio DiPietro. Colby Heron met by the other number 4, Angelo Maeda. Dunlap behind the net. Maeda hounded by Urban. Out in front, Williams fires wide. He had the look, he had the shot, he just didn't put it where he wanted to, as Peters Township is content to ice it late in the second. Williams still sitting on those 5 pool play goals, putting him among the top players in that category in this tournament. Martz taking the face-off for Hempfield. He's tied up by Lawadi. Indians get it back to neutral ice. Peters Township has to tag up now. Caputo caught in no man's land Nino DiPietro flying into the attacking zone. DiPietro on his backhand. Save made Herman. Lawadi not standing on ceremony, and Herman goes down, and he goes down hard. The net in the process dislodged. And Herman gives a little I'm okay, as it were. Anthony Herman, again, played a lot of hockey in this building at the varsity level for Baldwin. Going to be in the uniform of the Peters Township Indians this approaching regular season. And we said it before, we'll say it again. Win or lose, he was a fun goaltender to watch last season and filling a position of need in the Peters program right now. So his timing couldn't have been better as Saltzgiver snatches that one at the other end. And meanwhile, Mats Martz, the Hempfield captain, assessed a penalty for running into Herman, so the Indians will get a penny power play after all. They've scored on their only other chance. Nick Caputo back in period one. This puck loose, sent behind the goal line. Avancic in the corner, guarded by Nino DiPietro. Correction, that's Planey. Avancic to his forehand from an angle. Saltzgiver makes that save. Spartans get the clear. And that is Nino DiPietro doing the dirty work. Herman unable to poke that one aside. Chance for Hempfield shorthanded, but Holtzman unable to finish. And Holtzman and a couple of the Indians pushing and shoving after the whistle. But nothing more will come of that. Final 5 before the ice cut. 1:16 to go in the Indians' power play. Maeda, caught from behind by Williams. Maintains possession. Up now for Lawadi. Lawadi over the line. Caputo going toward the goal. Near side Maeda. Maeda fires off the mask of Saltzgiver. He gets it right back. Goes to Avancic. Avancic slapper. Score! Give the governor a harumph, Blake Avancic. 5-0 Peters Township. 4:34 to go, second period. A second power play goal for the Indians. Avancic's third of the tournament. Saw him score last night in a 4-on-4 for Peters. And Mike Albright decides he's seen enough. He's calling his timeout with 4:34 remaining in period 2. A familiar script for Peters Township. Another fast first period start with a couple of goals early tonight. Last night, they eventually built a 5-0 lead on Franklin Regional before the Panthers got one past Anthony Herman. And again, just the way this Peters team is going right now, you can't spot them any kind of lead and expect it to turn out well. So Saltzgiver will stay in there, and a nice gesture of sportsmanship there to fellow Tendy, Anthony Herman. And still a period and change, I should say, for Hempfield to battle back, but work to be done, obviously, as Saltzgiver covers inside the crease. Nino DiPietro taking this face-off, and the alternate captain for the Spartans pushes it to the near boards. He'll defer now to Wassel, and Wassel sends it out of play. And from center ice, here comes Yossi of the Indians, flipping this puck to the corner. Wassel giving chase defensively, lost his stick in the process of trying to hit Yossi and knock him off the puck. Nino DiPietro unable to get past the stick of Best, but Krupe has it for Hempfield in the corner. Out in front, Holtzman deflects it just wide. LaMagna has the rebound for Peters. Sent deep, no icing. Good play there by Yossi to make sure he had the red line. From center, Urban knocked off the puck just as he got rid of it by Holtzman. Holtzman trying to accept the two-line pass. He can't. It bounces to Best, who sends it inside the Hempfield line. DiPietro met by the stick of Carter Manili. Urban from the corner with Hempfield in the middle of a line change. Feeds Nath. Good play there by Saby to take it back for the Spartans. Grommel over the attacking line for Hempfield. Left side to Krupe. I'll take that, thank you very much, says Anthony Herman. Indians send this puck nearly the length of the ice. It's slapped on goal by Dowden. Soltzgiver had to be ready to make that save. Grommel from the edge of the circle. Not a lot of room out there for the Spartans to operate as the Indians try to clear the zone and end up deflecting it into the Hempfield bench. Face-off will stay inside Indians' ice with 2:35 till the ice cut. Manili controls it defensively for the Indians. From the neutral zone, it'll come now to Saby. Saby gains center red, sends it deep. Kubastek behind his own net. Saby keeping it alive for Williams to Krupe. Krupe shooting up high, and Herman with a blocker knocks it out of play. Williams wins it for Heron, who's blasted immediately by Caputo. Caputo ducks around the check attempted by Saby. Lawadi with it, saves Soltzgiver. Lawadi has this puck one more time out in front. Caputo unable to bury. Not sure how Soltzgiver stopped that one, but he did. Turnaround play by Caputo as he was knocked down. The physical intensity starting to pick up out there. Final minute 30 of period 2. Maeda in an offside position playing this puck. The Indians retreat. Planey up to center. Heron for Krupe for Williams. Williams poke checked at the last moment. And that puck off the rafters out of play as Kubastek was trying to rid himself of it. Spartans off the draw. Nino DiPietro with a hard shot that is stopped by Herman and sent out of action. Herman, 25 saves in last night's W over Franklin Regional, and collecting a few more here tonight. Final minute of second period play. Kazarowski with it. Left wing boards. Saved by Saltzgiver, and there is no rebound. Martz against LaMagna. LaMagna wins it for the Indians. Monco from the left point. Martz the only one there to play this puck in the corner for Hempfield. Turned over to the Indians. Yossi tries to send it down low. Evan Dunlap was well positioned. And around the boards it'll come. Good hustle there by Yossi with half a minute to play. Monco pinching. Cross ice it comes to Yossi once again. Dominic Yossi behind the Hempfield net. Up top to Monco. Monco through the crowd. Saltzgiver making the save as Schaub was looking for another tip-in. Carter Schaub and Eric Schleiper contributing to that first Peters Township goal in period one, and it's been all Indians from then on. Yossi from the circle. That shot is blocked. Planey in the right place at the right time. 10 seconds left. One last chance for the Indians. Oh, what a save there by Saltzgiver. Well, that certainly would have been Schleiper's goal, but not this time, says Evan Saltzgiver. Six ticks to talk. To the boards it'll come. Schleiper one more time. It deflects off Saltzgiver. And so we will cut the ice at the Ice Castle's trackside rink with the Peters Township Indians in command 4-0 over the Hempfield Spartans in the semifinals of the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament. I'm Matt Popchock. More to come from Castle Shannon in a bit.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this.
Herman. Carter Manili up to center. Alex Nath will find this puck for Peters. Schaub calling for it. Shot pass. Score! Schleiper, no Schleiping. What? Monco with 4 assists in the preseason. Lawadi fires. He scores. Jake Lawadi goes 5-hole. It's 2-0 Indians. George Blanda country, as it were. Elite youth hockey program joining the Indians mid-season in Chris Claxon's first year. Avancic to save the rebound. Burial! Caputo! 3-0. Who contributed to the first Peters Township goal of the night. Max Grommel with a hard snapshot. That save made by Herman. Cutting. And Chris Claxon would love to carry that success over into the regular season. Even in years where the team was winning, penalty killing was kind of a bugaboo for the Indians. Lawadi gloving that one down and finds metal but not mesh. And that had a remarkable run of consistency under Rick Tingle. Krupe forcing that save, and the rebound is put just wide by Heron. The elimination portion of the tournament. And whatever happens in this one, Tomorrow night should be a dandy. Who bats it out of midair. Williams, 1-on-3. Left side, Krupe. Krupe slides it through the blue paint with Herman out of position. A fun goaltender to watch last season and filling a position of need in the Peters program right now, so his timing couldn't have been better. Pietro, correction, that's Planey. Avancic to his forehand from an angle. Saltzgiver makes that save. Up now for Lawadi. Lawadi over the line. Caputo going toward the goal. Near side Maeda. Maeda fires off the mask of Saltzgiver. Lawadi. Lawadi over the line. Caputo going toward the goal. Near side Maeda. Maeda fires off the mask of Saltzgiver. He gets it right back. Goes to Avancic. Avancic slapper. Score! Ducks around the check attempted by Saby. Lawadi with it. Save Saltzgiver. Lawadi has this puck one more time. Out in front. Caputo unable to bury. Second period play. Kazarowski with it. Left wing boards. Saved by Saltzgiver, and there is no rebound. Dominic Yossi behind the Hempfield net. Up top to Monco. Monco through the crowd. Saltzgiver making the save as Schaub. That shot is blocked. Planey in the right place at the right time. 10 seconds left. One last chance for the Indians. Oh, what a save there by Saltzgiver.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Back here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon for period 3 of semifinal 2 in the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament. Matt Popchock on board with you here on TenbandTV. And if you love watching your team on TenbandTV, there's no better way to support it than buying a sponsorship for the 2025-26 season. And now until Wednesday, October 1st, our preseason special allows you to put whatever ad purchases you make toward a broadcast of your favorite team. Quantities are limited, and broadcasts will be awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. So be sure to email sales@tenbandmedia.com before the next puck drops and tell us your team. Now, the last time a South Hills area team won the tournament, formerly known as the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off, Jim McVeigh's Bethel Park Blackhawks did it in 2006. The Mount Lebanon Blue Devils last year very nearly pulled it out in this very barn, but the Seneca Valley Raiders rallied to win their 6th preseason title all time in the history of this event. Trying to make it lucky 7 and go back-to-back tomorrow against either the Peters Township Indians or the Hempfield Spartans. Peters Township in command 4-0 as period 3 is underway here at the trackside rink. And if the Indians should hang on here, and if my back of the envelope math is correct, the Indians could potentially become the southernmost team in history to win this tournament should they win tonight and prevail over Seneca Valley tomorrow night. But first things first, Matt Smart's firing wide of goal. Blake Avancic, the only goal for either team in period 2, a power play tally. Peters Township has 2 of those tonight. Special teams and solid goaltending, what usually gets it done in elimination games. Carter Schaub, near side for Kubastek. He fires wide of goal. The rebound by Schaub is put off of Saltzgiver at the far post. Maeda through traffic. That went to the corner. Kubastek at the half wall waiting for the rebound. LaMagna trying to back up the play, but the Spartans clear it. Maeda waiting at the center circle. And he breezes past that IC Hockey logo at center ice and has it behind the Hempfield net. Out in front, Kubastek to the vacant wing. That shot is blocked. Julio DiPietro getting a piece of that. Up to center it'll come now for Heron. Williams unable to advance. Yossi gets it deep. Chris Claxon wants a line change. Heron from his own corner to Williams. Hempfield needs their big guns to get going here, including Williams, to give themselves an opportunity. Chance here for Dowden. His snapshot into the glove of Saltzgiver, who hangs on. Saltzgiver only having to make 11 saves to earn the victory over Neshannock in the final pool play game last week. 9-3, the Spartans won that one. Saltzgiver actually sharing the net with his backup in this tournament, Aiden Nader, that night. Saltzgiver, a much busier young man here tonight. Peters Township breaking the game open early with 3 first-period goals. And it's the Indians in command here early in period 3. To center it comes for Bryant. Schleiper unable to clear it. Chance possibly for the Spartans, but Schleiper didn't give up on the play. He got it to center, and Smith will bounce it in on goal off of Saltzgiver. Barrett misplayed that puck behind the net. Smith taken off the puck by Dunlap. And Dunlap uses his strength to win that battle. Bryant eluding Smith and check from behind, playing that puck from his knees as play continues. Monco, the big blue liner in the corner for Peters Township. Up the boards for Smith. Barrett will slow up Kazarowski on the forecheck here for Peters Township as the Spartans go D to D. Saby trying to weave his way through center, and up it'll come now to Barrett of Peters Township. Barrett forces the loud save by Saltzgiver. Schleiper, who had that deflection goal early in period 1, gets this puck deep. Both teams changing on the go. Holtzman, nifty pass there to DiPietro. DiPietro toward goal. DiPietro fires. Save made by Anthony Herman. Caputo to the corner. Holtzman cross ice. Cut off by Maeda. Saby defensively for Hempfield. Maeda again retreating to play this puck. Kubastek, too strong for Caputo, icing on Peters Township. A pregnant pause before this face-off to the right of goaltender Herman. And Lawati and Williams are both going to be waved out. Krupi and Avancic, the new participants. Indians win it. Lawati trying to chase it down. He can't. And so we'll do it again from the same spot. It's feeling more and more like a Peters Township kind of game. You know, get a couple early goals and just kind of slow things down. Indians trying to get back to their roots and back into winning form in 2025-2026 after a heartbreaker of a playoff race at the end of the season left them on the outside looking in. One spot was available. 4 teams had a shot at it. And it was Peters, Franklin Regional, and Bethel Park, the 3 that were eliminated out of the 11 in Class 3A, as penalties are about to come up here with 10:54 remaining. And Williams and Lawati, who were going at it in the faceoff circle just not long ago, are both going to be sent off. Coincidental minors, so we remain at conventional 5-on-5 play. Both those players with 5 goals apiece for their respective teams. Lawadi adding to his total in period 1 tonight. Gardner in the corner, his desperate turnaround attempt misses. Chance possibly for Schaub. Schaub through the right circle, trying to center it for Yossi. Nothing doing. Spartans trying to get the transition game going. Gardner inside the line. Garen Gardner near side. Unable to steer it on goal was Bryant. Bouncing puck right in front. Gardner on the backhand. A little too much sauce on that one as it goes out of play. He saw that Herman had gone down and was trying to just shovel that puck over top the Peters netminder and under the bar, but missed altogether, and so the face-off will come in Peters Township ice with just over 10 to go in regulation. Herman steers it aside. Lead pass to Yossi. Yossi with a burst of speed. Hits the brakes. Cross ice. LaMagna there for Best. Schaub near side for Urban. Urban from the circle. Evan Saltzgiver the save, and he'll freeze it. We told you about Saltzgiver's backup, Aiden Nader, a little while ago. Hempfield actually carrying 4 goalies on their preseason roster. Unusual for the teams we've seen to this point. Most carrying 2 or 3, as some teams are still in the process of making decisions and paring down rosters in advance of the varsity and JV seasons, which get underway in late September, early October. Holtzman for Nino DiPietro. DiPietro from the circle. Sends that puck wide. Giulio DiPietro to the corner. He's knocked off the puck. Trying to reset it for Martz. It comes free now. Dowden giving chase for Peters. Dunlap beat him to it, but gave it right away to Carter Manili, who puts it off the side of the net. Manili's centering pass, errant. Schleiper the intended target. The Peters defenseman paired out here with Brendan Monco midway through the third period. Dowden putting the lumber into Saby, and Saby retaliates. I'm surprised nothing was called there, but we play on. Indians in a scramble for this puck, but Hempfield has it. And Schleiper and the Indians have to regroup. Schleiper across the line, through the circle, fires on Saltzgiver. The save is made, and the rebound is momentarily turned over, but recovered by Holtzman. Holtzman left side, centering pass. Gardner couldn't shoot it cleanly. Garen Gardner was getting ready to step into one there, and perhaps fortunate for Herman's sake that he missed. And Anthony Herman will snatch that one out of midair with 8 minutes to go. Coincidental minors have expired. Barrett unable to clear it off the faceoff. Wassel puts it off the skates of Maeda. Gardner behind the net. Heron in the corner for Krupe. Krupe shoves one of the Indians. That was Kubastek. Maeda now checked by Gardner. Krupe. A lot of size out there on this line for Mike Albright. Trying to get that goose egg off the board at minimum before the night is out. Herman coming off his line to cover that puck. And emotion still running high after the whistle. Both teams making changes before this face-off. Williams wins it from LaMagna. Grommel unable to shoot it. LaMagna over the attacking line. for Schaub. Schaub cross ice, a little too far for Yossi. Maeda unable to control. Williams trying to get ahead of his man. Puts the lumber into Yossi. Yossi sends that puck around the boards. Maeda from behind his own net. Over the line for Peters Township. He puts it off the stick of Saby. Bryant sending that one cross ice to no one in particular. Maeda trying to advance it for Peters Township. And Maeda has it now for the Indians inside his own zone. Up for LaMagna. Peters trying to complete a line change. Stolen by Bryant. For Martz. Martz poke checked immediately by Kubastek. And a hard hit there by Saby on Kubastek, and Saby's going to go. Interference to call. Peters Township with 6:15 to play, going for the penny power play trifecta. Caputo and Ivancic, the last two Peters Township goal scorers, both scoring on the man advantage for the Indians. Spartans win the faceoff and get it to center. Monco, D to D for Schleiper. And this puck deflects to the Hempfield blue line where Planey will send it the length of the ice. Monco from behind his own goal. Chased by Martz. Tries to reverse the play now. Monco still skating with his puck deep in his own end. Finally gets it up to Schleiper. Schleiper right wing side. Schleiper around the boards. Left circle for Dowden. Dowden for Schleiper. Schleiper off balance. Puts it off the skates of Martz. And it stays in play somehow. Carter Manili from the boards. That's deflected wide of goal. Nath looking for a greasy goal there right in front, but the Spartans get the clear. Midway through the Peters Township power play. Manili harassed the whole way there by Krupe. Giulio DiPietro and Krupe will pair up to get this puck back to center. Lawadi right back into Hempfield territory. Nice move there. Lawadi from an angle misses the net. Williams turning it over to Ivancic, but takes it right back. Krupe trying to feed Williams shorthanded with 20 to go and the minor penalty on Saby. Last rush for this Peters Township power play. Best sends it deep. Yard sale in Hempfield ice as Best retrieves his stick. And another interference call, is coming. And it's coming to the Hempfield Spartans. Krupe will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. And it's a very brief two-man advantage for Peters Township. Indians win the face-off. Maeda from the point to Kubastek. Kubastek looking for an opening. Cross ice, the pass too heavy for Ivancic. That's a break for Hempfield. Saby right to the bench. It's a 5-on-4 power play now for Peters. Side of the net. Lawadi trying to play it out in front to Caputo, but ran out of room. Hempfield unable to clear. Maeda trying to feed Kubastek. Giulio DiPietro, Tonino DiPietro. They can't clear it. Ivancic from the corner. Ivancic out in front. One-timer put wide by Caputo. Kubastek firing off the arm of Saltzgiver. The Hempfield underclassmen continuing to battle here late in the third. DiPietro ragging this puck at center ice. Just trying to eat up that penalty clock with a minute to go in the minor on Bryant. Krupe. Another penalty coming up here, this time on Peters Township. Bryant's number up on the penalty clock. It should be Krupe's as Caputo is dumped, and we might get more than one penalty here. Krupe, in any event, still in the box for another 46 seconds as the Spartans were unable to get the extra attacker on and get something going there, and Williams is going to go back in. So is Caputo. So in the scheme of things, Peters Township dodging a bullet as Caputo is sent off, but Williams also for retaliating. And it remains an Indians power play for another half minute. Yossi fighting for this puck in the corner. It squirts free to Maeda. Maeda for Yossi. Yossi thought about shooting it. Instead goes to Kubastek. Kubastek to the corner for LaMagna. Kubastek, time ticking away on the man advantage. Shot by Maeda, deflected on goal. It's loose. And making the Snow Angel to cover it is Evan Saltzgiver. Two and a half left in regulation. Both teams going to change it up before this face-off. Indians retain possession, but the power play is expired. And a hit from behind by Dowden, and Dowden's going to be sent off here as Brady Wassel gets up slowly. Interference to call, 2:15 to go. And the Spartans will get a penny power play here. You know, if nothing else, a chance to crack the goose egg, that Anthony Herman is sitting on at the moment. Herman blanked Cannon McMillan in the preseason edition of the Miners Cup last week. Peters Township finishing ahead of Cannon Mac, USC, and Bethel Park in Pool C to begin the PIHL Charities tournament. Nino DiPietro breezing into the attacking zone and has this puck for the Spartans on the late power play. DiPietro off balance, right wing side. DiPietro firing, paging Mr. Herman. The Peters Township netminder and Baldwin transfer continuing to hold his own, and the Indians clear it. Krupe turns it over at center ice. Smith just barely onside, but forgot the puck. DiPietro with it across the line for Hempfield. Nino DiPietro shooting just wide of goal. DiPietro from an angle. The alternate captain gets it back in front for Martz. Martz unable to backhand it on goal. 40 remaining on the power play. Under a minute to go in the game. Gardner inside his own line. Out for Planey. Planey chips it deep into Peters Township ice. Schleiper uses the glass to his advantage. Saltzgiver will settle it down with Smith bearing down on him. Gets rid of it just in time. Half a minute to go. And so it will be, for the third year in a row, the Seneca Valley Raiders in the PIHL Charities Tournament Final. And their opponent will be the Peters Township Indians. 10 seconds to go. The penalty to Dowden is over, and so is the game in another 5 seconds. Gardner out in front. The Indians have it. And that 0 under home is preserved for Anthony Herman, who is living his best life right now in this PIHL Charities tournament. A third preseason victory for the Indians' new netminder. A 4-0 decision in this semifinal round over the Hempfield Spartans. Proceeds from the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament, we want to remind you, benefit the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, now doing business as Blood Cancer United. Blood Cancer United is the leading organization for everyone affected by blood cancer, and it has been since 1949. They're all about blood cancer, so people with blood cancer can be about everything else. And call 800-955-4572 to speak with an information specialist Monday through Friday, 9 to 9. Visit bloodcancerunited.org to donate now. One of 3 fine charities benefiting this PIHL Charities tournament. And we'll see you for the tournament final tomorrow night. Seneca Valley Raiders, Peters Township Indians, a pair of 3A teams going at it. 7 p.m. Eastern on TenbandTV. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Dustin Beck. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski, back at World Headquarters. Thank you for watching and listening. Again, the Indians take it from the Hempfield Spartans by a final score of 4-0. I'm Matt Popchock, and that is all she wrote from Castle Shannon. Championship Wednesday tomorrow, right here. It's the PIHL Charities Tournament on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Herman. Carter Manili up to center. Alex Nath will find this puck for Peters. Schaub calling for it. Shot pass. Score! Schleiper. No Schleiping. What? Monco with 4 assists in the preseason. Lawadi fires. He scores. Jake Lawadi goes 5-hole. It's 2-0 Indians. George Blanda country, as it were. Elite youth hockey program joining the Indians mid-season in Chris Claxon's first year. Avancic to save the rebound. Burial! Caputo! 3-0. Who contributed to the first Peters Township goal of the night. Max Grommel with a hard snapshot. That save made by Herman, cutting. And Chris Claxon would love to carry that success over into the regular season. Even in years where the team was winning, penalty killing was kind of a bugaboo for the Indians. Lawadi gloving that one down and finds metal but not mesh. And that had a remarkable run of consistency under Rick Tingle. Krupe forcing that save, and the rebound is put just wide by Heron. The elimination portion of the tournament. And whatever happens in this one, tomorrow night should be a dandy. Who bats it out of midair. Williams, 1-on-3. Left side, Krupe. Krupe slides it through the blue paint with Herman out of position. A fun goaltender to watch last season and filling a position of need in the Peters program right now, so his timing couldn't have been better. Pietro, correction, that's Planey. Avancic to his forehand from an angle. Saltzgiver makes that save. Up now for Lawadi. Lawadi over the line. Caputo going toward the goal. Near side Maeda. Maeda fires off the mask of Saltzgiver. Lawadi. Lawadi over the line. Caputo going toward the goal. Near side Maeda. Maeda fires off the mask of Saltzgiver. He gets it right back. Goes to Avancic. Avancic slapper. Score! Ducks around the check attempted by Saby. Lawadi with it. Save Saltzgiver. Lawadi has this puck one more time. Out in front. Caputo unable to bury. Of second period play. Kazarowski with it. Left wing boards. Saved by Saltzgiver, and there is no rebound. Dominic Yossi behind the Hempfield net. Up top to Monco. Monco through the crowd. Saltzgiver making the save as Schaub. That shot is blocked. Planey in the right place at the right time. 10 seconds left. One last chance for the Indians. Oh, what a save there by Saltzgiver. Needs their big guns to get going here, including Williams, to give themselves an opportunity. Chance here for Dowden. Holtzman, nifty pass there to DiPietro. DiPietro toward goal. DiPietro fires. Save made by Anthony Herman. One spot was available. 4 teams had a shot at it. And it was Peters, Franklin Regional, and Bethel. Line change stolen by Bryant for Martz. Martz checked immediately by Kubistek. And a hard hit there by Saby on Krupe will pair up to get this puck back to center. Lawadi right back into Hempfield territory. Nice move there. Lawadi from an angle misses the net. Kubistek to the corner for LaMagna. Kubistek, time ticking away on the man advantage. Shot by Maeda, deflected on goal. It's loose. And Indians retain possession, but the power play is expired. And a hit from behind by Dowden, and Dowden's going to be sent off here. And Todd Kazarowski back at World Headquarters. Thank you for watching and listening. Again, the Indians take it from the Hempfield Spartans by a final score of 4-0. I'm Matt.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.